Hello everyone, I'm Flavia and I'm so glad you're here. In today's video, I will show you the surprise behind door 19 of Spellbinders 2024 Crafty Advent Calendar, which by the way is so much fun. And I hope I get to do this again next year. Just in case you have missed my previous videos, know that even though this is an advent calendar, the contents of this calendar are not Christmas themed, which means we will be able to use these supplies all year round to make projects for many different occasions. As we can see here, today's surprise is a small stamp set with sentiments that reads Happy Birthday Wishes, Have a Sweet Day, You are adored, and warmest wishes. In this video, I will not be making any note card with this set. However, I do want to share with you a few tips for using small sentiment stamps such as this one. If you have been watching my videos for a while, you know that I like having sentiments ready to go, so there is one less step to do when I am making a note card. So that means whenever I get a new die set, I cut out lots of sentiments at once. And whenever I get a new hot foil sentiment set, I do a lot of hot foiling at once, and with the stamps is no different. So here, using my mini Misty stamping tool, I will stamp all of these sentiments at once using black ink. I will stamp all of these sentiments onto one half of this panel, then I will flip the panel so I can stamp it on the other half. After that, we can either use a paper trimmer or a banner-shaped die plate or any long rectangular die plate to cut these sentiments out. I did all of that off camera and placed all of my stamped sentiment strips inside a photo album page just to keep them organized, so it is easier for me to find what I need later. Using a paper trimmer to cut these sentiments into strips is definitely the faster way of doing so. However, I prefer using a die plate to cut these sentiments out because it does give a more finished look. Here is a closer look so you can see the difference. To cut out the sentiment strip on top, I used a die plate, and notice here that the edges of this one are rounded, and the die plate kind of gave this sentiment strip a beveled edge which makes it look more finished, whereas this one at the bottom looks very flat with sharp edges because I simply used a paper trimmer to cut it out. The difference is very subtle, and it really is just a matter of preference and how much extra time you do have to do this extra step, but personally I do think it looks better when you die cut it, and that is what I usually do. And now, just so I can show you one of these sentiments in action, I stamped Have a Sweet Day inside a note card that I created with the surprise included behind door 14 of this calendar. The surprise behind door 14 is definitely one of my favorites, and I highly advise you to check out that video if you haven't done so. The other tip that I want to share with you is that with small sentiment stamp strips like this, we can actually curve the clear stamp as we place it onto a stamping tool such as the Misty to change its shape and make the most out of it. Also, so it better fits the design you are going for. The only trick is that we must be quick because the clear stamp will not stay curved for too long. So make sure you have the paper in place and the ink pad handy before you begin curving the clear stamp on your stamping tool. Here is an example where I curved the clear stamp that reads You are adored before stamping it onto this panel to better frame this floral image. By the way, this is a note card that I created with the surprise behind door 2 of this calendar. So these are all of the tips that I have for today, and I hope some of this information was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching this video until the end, and remember to tune in tomorrow for the reveal of door 20. Take care and happy crafting!